will the combined might of man's forces and Mothra be enough to halt Godzilla's latest rampage? Thrill to the fight of the century. Godzilla versus Mothra.
Hello, troopers. Welcome to today's broadcast of episode 13. Woo!
It's not Halloween yet.
No, you know what? You ruined it. I'm out.
Okay. I am your commanding officer and gracious host, Turner Thompson, and joining me in the strategic operation are my elite squad. Troopers, report in.
No.
Hello. Why do I have to? Why do you always drag me into this? I was fine building.
Oh, you took a break.
I was
Stop
still
crying. You chose to be here.
fine.
For legal reasons, he did not choose to be here.
All right, everyone, sound off, starting from the top.
It's always me, isn't it? Hi, guys. I'm Nikki, your resident history buff and streamer. I go by Akemi Liar on platforms such as YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram and Twitch. I forgot all of my places. You can catch me there. I'm also here.
What's up, peoples? I'm Dion, aspiring voice actor, dragged here every time to make fun of what Turner makes us watch.
My name is Dennis. I am the mech expert. From Gundam to Battletech, I am your man. And right now, I want nothing more than to build more Gundams. Please give me more.
He built a shelf today. He's on a builder's high.
Actually, kinda am.
What's up, boys and girls? I'm tonight's entertainment, and tonight I'm charged with bringing maximum entertainment to the show. They simply could not do it without me. They know it. I know it. Unfortunately, I did not choose to be here.
And your name is?
I don't have one.
Let's see. Today it's... Hold on. Is it... Okay.
Super Sandwich.
It's Super Sandwich today. I had to make sure it was, like, appropriate for... podcast.
I'm always appropriate. It's always you guys making the inappropriate jokes here.
His name is Dom, by the way. Anyway.
No, I like Super Sandwich. And then under that, it says 100% satire.
My name is Turner Thompson, and I am a visual effects artist.
And the host. They know who you are.
Well, yeah, I'm the next in the order. Look, I got to make sure anyone who could hire me is listening.
You know, that makes a good point. They didn't quote his company in the one movie he worked on, but they quoted...
God,
They quoted the caterers.
I worked on the Barbie movie, and the freaking caterers got their name in it, but not me!
Yeah.
I freaking rotoscoped Will Ferrell's hair, damn it!
The chimichanga stand got mentioned. I even quote the scene you worked on, too.
Hi guys, I'm Steve. I'm happy today. I hope you guys are too. Something good happened.
Oh yeah, Gura.
Nice.
Gura debuted her new
We don't
Gura?
talk about it like that.
Okay.
Saba,
previous-
baby. Edit that
Her
out.
new,
editor. No,
her new
shut up.
incarnation.
No.
The new incarnation was released.
No. Editor, edit that out.
Does Steve not like the new incarnation?
Just no. It's kind of taboo to talk about past lives as current lives.
Don't dead name people!
Just Saba debuted, and I am happy.
Last time, we here on Real Jumpers took another detour from our journey to watch all of the Godzilla films to indulge in a more recent film called Predator: Killer of Killers. Oh my god, I love that movie so much.
So good.
Yeah. Good movie.
Good-ass movie.
Better than this one.
Yeah.
I gave an entire synopsis on this movie for Dennis in the aisles of Lowe's the other day, and apparently it was Broadway level.
There were no words to describe the actions and words that came out. And I'm like sitting there in the middle of the paint aisle at Lowe's, just like, this is both my wife and my co-host.
Oh, dude, I don't think the people knew that. Cat's out of the bag.
I don't think we ever verbally said that.
I don't care.
There's your real jumpers lore.
So I can give a synopsis real quick. You know, it's just a matter of Godzilla went rawr, and Mothra went no, and Mothra kicked Godzilla's ass. I went, bye bitches, I'm going home.
That's not at all what happened.
Mothra went screech, and they only had 3 fucking sound bites for it. It was really annoying.
I went screech, and then Mothra died, and then the new Mothra was like, no! And then Godzilla died, and then Mothra went home. There you go. There's the podcast. Let's go home.
All right. Anyway, so like what my friends have said, today we are going back to our roots of our podcast, and we are watching Mothra versus Godzilla from 1964.
Bug versus lizard.
And before we jump into any more kaiju fun, we have a quick but important update. We know we mentioned this last time, but to reiterate, Real Jumpers is looking to level up from a passion project into something more. To make that happen, we're officially planning to launch a Patreon. High Command is still hammering out the final details on how we'll reward our enlisted citizens, but get ready for potential perks like early access to all of our regular episodes, both the audio and video versions. You will also be getting early access to highlight videos from our movie night watch sessions inspired by YouTube channels like Spilling the Milk and the Microwave Society. There's also a ton of other ones, but those are the ones I could think of.
See, I keep telling him that we should do like clips of live reactions to the movie and everything, but he doesn't like that idea.
That's exactly what I just described.
No, it's not.
Access to highlight videos of our movie night watch sessions.
There you go. That's a better explanation. Cool.
That's literally what he said.
No.
I'm gonna.
That is some selective deafness right there.
What the fuck was that? It was literally 20 seconds ago. Do you are half stupid?
No, she has gaslight.
That's true.
Did I just get successfully gaslit? I'm gonna kill someone.
No. It never happened. Don't worry about it. Just continue.
Just like how they gaslit Chief in season 2 of Halo.
We don't talk about that. That's a secret project by Oni.
So our main goal is to make Real Jumpers self-sufficient, covering our production and editing costs. From there, we aim to consistently drop new episodes every 2 weeks, and if we get enough support, we will go full weekly episodes. These new major maneuvers are only possible with your help. While we finalize the plan, you can still aid the cause by commenting, and subscribing on YouTube, our Twitter, and Instagram, the links of which will be in the description below. The Patreon is still in the works, but we plan to go live soon, so stay tuned to our YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram for the official announcement. We're beyond excited for this next phase and honored to have you with us.
I'm not.
I mean, if you want.
Yes, you don't have to actually do it. We're still going to be putting stuff on YouTube for free. It's just...
We just really want to pay our editor.
Yeah, we would really like to pay our editor, and it's going to take forever for YouTube to even give me a penny. Like always, remember, loyal citizens, our broadcasts are now available on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Audible, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Podchaser. All new episodes of Real Jumpers will deploy first on these platforms before the enhanced versions will be dropping on YouTube. Be sure to follow our broadcasts on your favorite site today and help us conquer the airwaves. Research is always crucial, and so we've utilized a formidable arsenal of information for this broadcast. We've consulted Wikizilla, Wikipedia, IMDb, as well as a fantastic YouTuber known as Big Action Bill. Their expertise has been crucial on this endeavor. Access to their encrypted comm links in the YouTube description below.
We acknowledge that this film has many, and I mean many, controversial and racist depictions. While this movie is a product of the time and techniques used, these practices were commonplace in the movie making at the time. These depictions were wrong then and are still wrong to this day. But much like HBO Max says, to create a more just, equitable, and inclusive future, we must first acknowledge and understand history. That being said, we did watch this film as it was presented, and we'll make comments accordingly. And I mean accordingly. I had a lot to say.
And finally, our operation would like to make a disclaimer. All Real Jumpers broadcasts are designed for maximum entertainment. Any alternative facts presented are for your amusement. Should you encounter any discrepancies, conduct your own investigations if these films or TV shows have inspired you. Remember that citizen feedback is crucial. Report any deviations from the established narratives in the comments below. And remember, your like, comments, and subscriptions are not mere endorsements. They are acts of the patriotic duty. Support the Real Jumpers.
Support us.
Please support us.
No.
You have no idea how important it is for a small channel like us. If you literally just put a comment with a thumbs up and it helps a shit ton.
That's true. The almighty YouTube algorithm will grace us.
As long as you're not supporting those jumper reels.
Yeah, those guys are assholes.
Unless they actually exist, in which case I retract my statement.
We don't want to get into a flame war. We're still too little.
No, any publicity is good publicity. If we get into a flames war with Markiplier right this fucking second, we'll shoot to the stars.
I like Markiplier. Can we not do that?
I'm posting hate on his channel right now.
No. In the exact opposite, actually. If any of our fans are listening, I would love to get Dan Avidan from Game Grumps onto our show because he clearly... Yeah, he knows. I can tell that he's a big fan of dinosaurs and Godzilla films because he drops like hints about it every so often on his show. If we get big enough to get Dan Avidan to be on our show for at least one episode,
like, dude, you remember the little Godzilla coin machine they got on one of their 10-minute Power Hour episodes, and he went absolutely nuts.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I would love to get him. Listeners, help us get big enough so that Dan Avidan will be on our show.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Or sponsor us. Sponsors are really helpful. Please sponsor us. We like
Raycon?
money.
This episode was sponsored by Rage. I'm just kidding. We are not actually.
Silence.
We're not actually sponsored. We need to make sure that they're perfectly clear. We're not sponsored.
Silence, heretic.
Because that's illegal.
It is illegal.
Sponsor us. We like money.
Now then, ladies and gentlemen, gear up. We're jumping feet first into the heart of sci-fi. This is Real Jumpers. Now let's drop. So, we're going to do a little bit of history. So, post King Kong
Wait.
versus
Hang
Godzilla.
on one second. I'm sorry to interrupt so early in this episode. Fuck your history. They fucked up Ishiro Honda's name again.
And I don't know what this Mothra you guys are talking about. All I know is the thing.
Shut the
yes,
fuck
Ben Grimm.
up.
Shut up!
Yes, Ben Grimm. Ben Grimm versus Godzilla, which is actually happening in the Marvel comics.
That's
God.
awesome.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's going on right now. They have Iron Mechagodzilla.
No, Spider-Man is actually fighting Godzilla and it fused with the Venom symbiote and became a Venom Godzilla.
That's great.
I shit you not.
That entire run, I've been seeing pictures of it on Reddit, is just peak fan fiction. Anyway...
No, but like we've been keeping a running tally, Turner. How many movies in a row have they fucked up Ishiro Honda's name? Is this like 3 or 4?
It's like 3.
Come on!
Jeez.
I know that production standards were fucking like not as high as nowadays, but come on, really?
It's because Americans are stupid. Anywho, so, post King Kong versus Godzilla, after the massive box office success that was, King Kong versus Godzilla, that movie did absolute gangbusters. Like, no other movie's ever gonna come close for a long time.
I mean, considering the fact that King Kong fat rolled his way into success is fucking brilliant.
So Toho saw that their monster had potential to be a star because they kept him on ice ever since Godzilla Raids Again, and they brought him out for this special occasion, and they were like, you know what? Let's do more of this giant gray asshole. So they wanted to do another movie where they returned Godzilla to his more serious, destructive roots after the comedic tone of the previous film. Mothra from 1961 was also wildly successful, had a turnout almost rivaling the original Godzilla film. So they knew that Mothra was big and popular, and so they decided that they're like, you got Godzilla in my Mothra, you got Mothra in my Godzilla. Hi, I'm Toho. Mothra, at the time, was considered to be the good guy by both audiences and the producers at Toho, and thus this is in this film, Mothra got top billing because she was considered slightly more popular than Godzilla, and Godzilla was the villain, so oftentimes you put the villain of a versus movie second.
Is top billing still an important thing in movies these days?
Yes.
It's important everywhere. Like anywhere in any industry, you always put the more popular person, media, series, whatever first. Always.
That's why in the Wicked movie, I think Ariana Grande's name comes before Cynthia Erivo.
Yep. It's exactly it. Like, very rarely will it not be that case.
I don't think, like, I think it's literally like a rule. Like, I haven't seen it personally, but when I worked for this beautician company, some of our stuff, we worked with some like local or slightly bigger celebrities, and that was one of the rules. I think it was according to Instagram count, actually, had to go before the other.
Instagram count, really?
That's what it was based off of.
Dang. So that means if we get Dan Avidan on the show, we need to put his name directly in the front.
Yeah.
That means at the current moment, if we were to do anything, my name would actually come first because I have 3,000 followers on TikTok, 300 followers on Instagram, and 300 followers on
Shit, it's not about you.
Akemi Liar X Real Jumpers. Let's go.
Yep.
So anyway, now that Toho decided that they're going to go somewhere with Godzilla, they hired Shinichi Sekizawa to be the writer, who is the returning writer known from Mothra and King Kong vs. Godzilla, and he crafted a story exploring the themes of human greed and exploitation and versus nature and spirituality. The plot of this movie is basically a hybridization of Godzilla vs. Kong and, the original Mothra, which we all decided is like, this movie is just Mothra again, but Godzilla's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the same freaking gripes about it too.
Without my favorite and beloved character from Mothra, which was, what was his name?
Nelson.
He was known as
the snapping turtle.
The snapping turtle. My beloved. I miss him. God, he would have been fantastic in this movie because, Jesus Christ, I did not like this.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it later. Ishiro Honda was the original director of Godzilla and is returning back to being the director for this film. Akira Ufukube, once again, is the composer, and he decided that he was going to do a score for this film. And the funny thing is that he did not score the original Mothra because he felt he couldn't come up with good music for the Peanuts or the women who play the Shobijin. But this time around, he decided to give it a shot, and he nailed it. He did a really good job. Then, my favorite person involved in this film, because I'm biased, Ichi Tsuburaya, is the special effects director who, at this point in time, started his own company called Tsuburaya Productions and is the lead of the visual effects team, relying on his signature suitmation for the monsters and intricate miniatures for the destruction sets. A new, more menacing Godzilla suit was created alongside a sophisticated wire-controlled Mothra puppets and Superformers that were going to be inside the larva, because unlike the first time that they had the larva Mothra, which was this gigantic conga line of people operating it, these suits were either these little animatronic roly-poly things or just straight up dudes with like their hand puppets.
I do think the miniature quality was way better in this than the other movies.
The suit's supposed to be more menacing. I found it more trunk than anything.
Well, I don't know. I get it. I like the way he looks in this film, but I understand everything you guys are going to say about it.
Even Turner just mentioned at this one part where Godzilla looks right at the camera. He's high as shit.
Wasn't there like 8 people that had to squeeze into the Mothra larva suit?
Oh yeah, in the original Mothra film, yes, it took like 8 people to make, and it was like the largest monster they had ever constructed. The only thing that rivals it, I think, is Biollante.
Gives a new meaning to the word human centipede.
Oh,
it is the human centipede.
And also, fun fact, later on, you can see the wheels they used to move the damn thing around.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
wasn't the smaller one powered by a motorcycle motor?
I think they were both powered or movable by wheel. We'll have to look at that.
We'll have to look into that. And lastly, one of the big, huge innovations for this film, I have the whole diatribe about it, but I've decided that, considering at the time, I'm not going to go into it, but I want to make a big deal about this because I'm a visual effects artist. So, Ichi Tsuburaya, prior to this film, had a trip to America where he got to see Disney's optical printer, It is a layering device that made the use of double exposure and handmade mats a thing of the past. An optical printer is like trying to do in-house optical effects to going straight up to After Effects. Like, it's insane. Like, you can do the device that they had could do up to 6 composites at once, which is a huge game changer, and allowed for things like much more intricate effect shots, much more intricate layering of both blue screen effects and chroma keys and luma keys, and it's insane to me. And the crazy thing is that at the time, there were only 2 optical printers in use in 1964, supposedly. One was at Disney, and the other one was at Toho.
Talk about a stroke of luck, huh?
Yeah. Eiji Tsuburaya saw it and begged Toho to buy one for him.
Can I have it, please? I want. Here's all my allowance money.
Disney has one. I want it.
Daddy Disney.
Papa Disney has one. He said it to me.
So after they made the film, the movie was released in Japan in April 29th, 1964. Mothra vs. Godzilla was a commercial success and praised for its exciting battles and improved visuals. Overall, it did not do the same numbers as Mothra or Godzilla vs. King Kong, but it did fine. It did fantastic. But then again, comparing yourself to King Kong vs. Godzilla is a fool's errand because that movie did gangbusters.
This shit is doing numbers.
After that, a man named Henry Saperstein would buy the theatrical and TV rights, with the first working title being Godzilla vs. the Giant Moth. He would then sell the rights to American International Pictures, who changed it to Godzilla vs. the Thing that pisses me off the most!
God damn it.
You know what? That's what it stands for. It stands for the thing that pisses me off the most.
This is 100% a pure marketing tactic, because the people at AIP did not have faith in the fact that they could sell a giant moth to American audiences, so they called it The Thing. You should see some of the posters that I will be putting in the YouTube version. They are straight up misleading, if not false advertising, calling it The Thing. They will literally have Godzilla standing in front of a giant, massive sensor bar that says The Thing, and there are giant tentacles and, like, insect legs coming from around the corner, and you're like, what is that thing?
The sensor bar makes that very interesting.
Ah, damn it.
It was so jarring watching this and hearing these people who, like, revered and respected this thing as a god, calling it a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a dubbing thing, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
So, Mothra vs. Godzilla is widely regarded among fans and historians to be one of the best early Showa-era Godzilla films, celebrated for what they claim is a strong story, memorable monster showdowns, but most of all, it marks the first time that separate Toho monsters were brought together into the same universe. So Godzilla beat Marvel by quite a few decades.
The Godzilla cinematic universe.
Now, this is why I put the word claim in front of its strong story, because it's, I don't know, man. It's not a bad movie, but God, even with my diehard Godzilla fanness, I can't defend this film as we're going to get so much hate.
I don't think we will. I think we'll be good.
I think we'll be good. Most people agreed with us on Godzilla Raids Again.
It's a shit movie that shouldn't be allowed to exist ever again.
Well, it wasn't nearly as bad as Raids Again, but I wasn't too enthused about it.
Yeah, me neither.
Now it's time to do the synopsis. The film opens during a devastating typhoon, accompanied by what may be the first time Americans heard Godzilla's main theme in America from Ifukube, which is shockingly left intact, because every other Godzilla film that we've seen, they just cut out all of his music.
Nice.
Which is very infuriating. Because we oftentimes when we go watch the Japanese versions of these films, the music is just better.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's because it was the original score intended to be used with the film. Like, when you localize it or change it in any meaningful way, you're disrupting the original vision that was meant for it.
Exactly. Anyway, so we see Japan's Chubu, I think that's how you say that, region being absolutely devastated by widespread destruction from, and this is some of the best miniature work I've seen in a long time. Like, the ability for them to get the water frothy and churning at just the right way to make it look like it's a massive wave, even though it's way smaller than that, is top-notch practical effects. And it's so gorgeous. We then cut to the next day, and we see that the water is being drained from these flooded areas. We are introduced to Ichiro Sakai, a determined news reporter whose actor is Akira Takarada, who was Ogata back in Gojira.
Oh, yeah. All right, you know what? I'll make the point right now. I swear they were running out of Japanese actors at the time because, like you just said, they reused... wow, it's been 10 seconds. I already forgot his name. I suck. But they already reused someone. But, like, there's, like, what, 4 or 5 instances of people from old movies coming in for different roles in this movie. And, like, several times during our couple watches, it's just like, wait, he looks familiar.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny. That's why my theory that the reason why we don't see any of the characters returning is because they all keep dying from cancer because they're always involved with Godzilla.
They're so super irradiated that they just give out.
Exactly.
Their bodies finally give up.
And he is accompanied by his eager but sometimes clumsy photographer, Junko Nakashi. They are on assignment documenting the wreckage of Karada Beach, specifically an industrial development area that has been severely damaged. I've also noticed that, unlike Mothra, where Snapping Turtle was like, my photographer's the best. She is a little unethical, but damn it, she gets her job done. Sakai is sometimes a bit of a prick to Junko.
Yeah.
There are literally a couple of moments where, like, he doesn't outright say it, but the general vibe is silence, woman.
Jesus, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, especially in the dub, too, where just, like, they just take more liberties. There's straight up a couple moments where, like, she tries to, like, offer, like, an actual opinion. They're just like, quiet. It's like, Jesus, guys.
Yeah. So Sakai is then confronted by a businessman sporting a mustache that, well, let's just call it the Charlie Chaplin mustache and leave it at that.
Who got ripped off.
This man is pissed that Sakai's articles seem to imply that his construction work won't be done on time, and he's quick to control the narrative, our first taste of the themes of greed and exploitation. Amongst the debris, Junko spots a peculiar, iridescent object. She's drawn to its shimmering beauty. This object is later revealed to be a radioactive scale, a subtle hint of what's to come. It took me forever to figure out what the hell this thing is, because it doesn't... We find out it's a scale from Godzilla, but it's like not even the same color as him.
Yep. It looks closer to the color of the giant egg than it does Godzilla.
Isn't it also, like, glowing?
Yeah.
It looks...
No, it's like iridescent, like an opal.
Yeah, which is probably radiation, to be fair, but...
To me, it just looks diseased. Like, he just... It's like Godzilla was sick, hacked that up while he went to go back to sleep to rest up, and then it's like, oh, look at this, look what we found. Look at this scale.
It's a Godzilla furball.
It's a furball. It's what he spat up after King Kong fed him that tree.
Is that the radioactive slag remains of that tree?
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
So later that day, an even more astonishing discovery is made. A gigantic, colorful egg, roughly 150 feet tall, washes ashore in a fishing village. The local villagers are initially fearful of the egg, but thanks to a Shinto priest offering his blessing of the gods, the villagers are emboldened to sail out and get it. Driven by curiosity and the potential for a new resource, they manage to haul the enormous egg back onto the beach.
Don't forget determination.
How the hell did those guys with a bunch of stupid rowboats get it onto the beach?
Determination.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Tugboats.
Good old villager ingenuity. Now go pick 5 apples.
Go pick 5.
If my village is to survive the winter, I will need 5 apples.
Sure. 5 apples. It's all you need.
So we cut to the Titanic egg on a nearby shore. How they managed to do this is anyone's guess, and we then see a scientist attempt to collect samples and figure out what the hell is going on, as our reporters Sakai and Junko meet the scholars to try and get some intel. Before the scientists can properly investigate the mysterious egg, a shrewd but opportunistic entrepreneur named Kumiyama, who is also sporting a Charlie Chaplin mustache, he is the president of Happy Enterprises. He swoops in.
Oh, can I take this?
Go for it.
He buys the damn thing. He buys the egg. Hold on.
Buys it from who?
The villagers.
I don't know.
He bought it from the villagers.
He bought it for 940,100,038 yen, which based off of, inflation, transferring that over to American dollars and everything, it's about 6,572 American dollars, right? With inflation, that would currently be, that's about $65,605 in 2025, and convert it to U.S. American dollars, that's $32,660. This egg's got like a Mothra in it, right?
Yeah.
It's a monster. There's a giant. That sucks.
Essentially, what happened here, for those who didn't want to follow along with all those numbers, this is the equivalent of you have the corpse of Bigfoot and someone offered you only 32 grand for it.
He scalped them.
Yeah, he did. Fucking scalpers ruining all my hobbies.
The fucking Mothra egg was just a rare Pokemon card. God damn it.
What? Side note, don't scalp. It's very rude.
Look, as long as when you buy a Pokemon card pack and you make more money than you spent selling it, it's never going to stop.
Good point. I just feel bad for all the kids. Yeah, and I'm talking straight to the scalpers. Think about all those kids who wanted those Pokemon cards, and you just robbed them of their childhood.
Nah, they don't care.
Yeah, but
they have money.
You're
They don't give a
scum
fuck.
of the earth.
They are.
Who cares about kids? They haven't done anything for me.
Anywho, so Kumiyama is a loud and boisterous man who reveals his plans to build a massive tourist attraction around the egg, turning it into a billion-dollar industry.
Isn't he behind on his other construction process at the current moment?
That is actually an unrelated group of people. I understand the confusion because that's a little confusing. But yes, they are unrelated. Same mustache, different person.
Let's see.
Same mustache, different name.
So Kumiyama is even a prick to Junko, blowing smoke directly into her camera, and we cut to hours later where our reporters Sakai, Junko, and Professor Miura,
Miura.
Let's go with that, a zoologist from before, are held up in a local hotel room, and all of whom are disgusted by Kumiyama's blatant disregard for the scientific inquiry and public interest. They believe that he has no right to claim the egg as his private property. The professor is played by Hiroshi Kiyozumi, thank you, who is the same actor as Dr. Shujo from Mothra. So he's playing a professor again in the same movie about Mothra, but as a different professor the next time around.
You know what really pisses me off about all of this?
What?
Nobody remembers what happened 3 years ago.
Oh, they do. They mentioned it very briefly.
Very briefly.
And you know what really makes this even more confusing? Like 2 or 3 decades later, this actor will reprise his role as Dr. Shujo for Godzilla Tokyo SOS.
Dude, what?
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I admire the dedication.
Because Godzilla Tokyo SOS is part of a continuity where certain parts of the Showa timeline are canon.
Certain.
It's really confusing, and when we get to that point, I'll explain it, but the Millennium series is an absolute nightmare to try and figure out what timeline each of the movies are a part of.
Because I think you mentioned it a couple of times, Turner, that at this point in Godzilla's history, they weren't like really focused on having like a cohesive timeline, and each movie was kind of meant to stand on its own. And then it wasn't until like later when they were like, all right, let's start having like actual continuity.
Yeah, so this film And the next film are the ones that really solidify all the monsters being in the same universe, barring a few.
Barring just a few.
Yeah. The group then laments that there seems to be nothing they can do, blaming the authorities as being slow and inefficient, a very common and reoccurring theme in Godzilla films.
Sad.
While discussing their outrage at the Hamikaze Hotel, they witness Kumiyama checking in. Sakai, ever the investigative reporter, suspects that Kumiyama isn't working alone. We learn that our businessman is in cahoots with a more reserved but equally greedy financier, Jira Torihata, whose actor is Fujita in King Kong vs. Godzilla.
You mean Vegeta, right?
Yeah, the one that we call Vegeta. And he also would frequently appear in the Ultra series, which is Ultra Q and all the Ultramans. So I love this guy.
That's kind of handy.
One day we will do something about Ultraman on this show, but that's a huge rabbit hole to go down.
Has there been an Ultraman Godzilla crossover in any media?
No, but he has fought Godzilla suits on several occasions with under a different name.
But there is Jet Jaguar, so.
Oh,
Jet
yeah.
Jaguar is unrelated.
He's supposed to be an Ultraman reference.
Pretty much, yeah. Kind of blatant, too. Like, almost illegal.
Almost illegal.
Wait, that's illegal.
But they get away with it because the guy who is in charge of Ultraman is Eiji Tsuburaya, and that he's on good terms with Toho, and Toho's on good terms with him, so they just kind of... They just don't really bother fucking with each other. Anywho, Kumiyama then meets with Torihata, and they discuss their plans to put the egg on display for a tourist attraction. However, the greedy conspirators are interrupted by voices of two tiny twin girls known as the Shobajin, or the fairies, sometimes they refer to in the dub. The two frantically search the room they think that the voices that they are hearing are spies for their, espionage and all that shit. And while they're doing this, we see a massive locker filled with money. This is important for later.
So much cash. I'm like, oh my god.
It's so much.
It's a lot. Also, for eagle-eyed viewers, this literally parallels the same scene in Mothra where Nelson and whatever his business associate's name was from that movie hear the girls in their office try to capture them. It's like beat for beat.
It's then that the two Japanese businessmen are confronted by two tiny women begging them to give the egg back to them.
You see two small fairy-like women appear in your office. Do you A, marvel in shock and awe at the fact that these clearly exist? B, remain peaceful and nice and just let them do their thing? Or C, kidnap them?
I can tell you what the answer not is. Oh my god. I was like, Mothra movie. We're not going to have to deal with anything. There's misogyny. It's right there.
It's also just with, like we said, with the photographer. They literally, don't say it, but the general consensus at times is just silence woman. It's really bad.
Such misogyny.
Yeah, I would like to point something out of where the moment they tried this, they're like, okay, let's go try the main group, being Professor Mira, Sakai, and Junko. And they try but they're reasonable about it. Like, okay, let's listen to them, and let's try to convince the other two. The plan fails.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, okay, well, we tried. You tried. It doesn't seem like you guys tried, but you know what? Let's condemn the island. Bye.
Oh, you know what? That's why I said nobody remembered what happened 3 years ago, because they kidnapped women. And what did we learn happened because of that?
What was the nation that got...
Realistica.
Realistica? Yeah, it was obliterated. Don't
it
worry
was
about
obliterated because these guys decided to kidnap the same tiny women. What do you think's going to happen again? Do you not learn from 3 years prior, you dumbass? Oh, wait, can I say that?
Yes, you could say dumbass.
Okay.
We say the F word on our show.
I don't know why, but I have it in my head that dumbass is worse than fuck.
Huh?
All right. Can I also point out, this is like the start of where okay, for its time, it's fine. Again, they really like, as Turner likes to say, they really like sniffing their own farts with their own special effects, because they just keep using these Luma keys, these back projections.
Oh, God.
and just
So
all of this
bad.
crap that was like absolutely revolutionary at the time. But oh my god, it looks so bad.
It's so bad. You can see the blue outlines. It's shaky. It doesn't fit the same texture as the rest of the scene.
I will defend this as this is way better than the last time they tried
Oh no,
it.
it's way better, but it's still. I know it's old, but it still looks bad now that we're way in the future.
We have the lens of knowing how much better it got. As I've said through Real Jumpers, I can turn my brain off and just be like, look, this came out over 80 years ago. They didn't have fancy supercomputers making every pixel, alright? It looks good for its time, but oh my god, it looks bad.
There were actually 0 computers involved.
I know. No, I'm talking about modern.
Yeah.
It's
Anyways.
the same way that, sorry, I'll let us go on in a second. It's the same way how Star Wars was absolutely revolutionary for its time, and that's a bit closer in terms of our like timeline lens. But then when you go back and look at Star Wars, even the fight between Obi-Wan and Vader in Episode 4, it looks really stupid nowadays. But at least you can kind of just be like, all right, whatever. It was like decently modern.
That's why the re-edited version is now my canon thing. That's an awesome fan project. Anyway, moving forward, so to recap, Kumiyama and Torihata are clearly inspired by their personal hero, Nelson from Mothra, instantly think kidnapping tiny women was the correct and logical thing to do, and as they struggle to commit human trafficking, Sakai shows up, and it looks like he caught the 2 businessmen in the middle of something nefarious. It genuinely looks like they're having an intimate moment, and he caught them mid-act.
The dub also does not help with that, because they're like on the ground with like a jacket that they were using to try and catch the girls, and like they're just like lying together, and he turns around and he's like, get out.
He kind of comes into like, that's kind of gay. and during this time period, that's a crime.
But I guess they left the door unlocked because they're in a hotel room, and the dude just walks in.
Was it his excuse? Is that I heard a commotion? I'm here to help.
Something like that. I'm curious what they say in Japanese.
We didn't watch the Japanese version for this time around because we were on a bit of a crunch, but I'm going to go back and watch it. So, the Shobijin, having learned from the last movie, skillfully escape, and they seek out Sakai, Junko, and the Professor Miro outside the hotel, where they're discussing the discovery of Torihata's involvement. The twins explain that they are from Infant Island. I don't know what the hell they call it. I think they called it Mothra Island, and I'm like, God damn it, just call it what it is.
That's like the ongoing thing, though. They keep going back and forth between Mothra and Mothra, and I'm just sitting there going, just fucking pick one.
They even call it the thing at like, I think 2 points later on.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's so stupid. Anyway, the twins explain that they are from Infant Island, and the egg belongs to their colossal deity, Mothra, who was introduced in her own film years prior. It was washed away from Infant Island in the same typhoon from the beginning of the movie, and somehow the girls imply that the humans can hear the natives of their island praying for the return of the egg, and we catch glimpses of the island natives from Infant Island sporting brand new fashion since the first film.
And
Still racist, but new.
later they explain that they have psychic powers, but right now we don't know that yet, so it just kind of happens. Why couldn't they have explained that now? Like, hey, we have psychic powers, that's why you can hear them.
Yeah, it's just by instant transmission.
Your instant what? They warn that if the egg is not returned, the larva inside will eventually hatch, and in its search for food would cause immense destruction to its surroundings, albeit unintentionally. Which is weird, because this is one of the rare instances where they even reference the monsters eating anything. The monsters eating stuff is such a rare thing in these films.
Yeah, but it's kind of nice to actually, get an explanation as to why they're going to go on a rampage. Everybody else before is like, oh, Godzilla's going on a rampage because he just hates everything. But no, I think he was hungry and scared.
No, it's because he hates everything.
Infrastructure. I forgot. I'm sorry.
But later, that statement is proved false when the larvae hatch.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're like fully cognizant of what they need to do and everything.
Yeah,
Well, I think that's because of the events that transpire.
Well, like, even afterwards, they don't go out around trying to eat anything. They don't try to eat Godzilla's body or whatever, or, like, attack the humans. They just kind of piss off.
That's true. Here's another thing I noticed with just, like, I don't think it's a failure of storytelling or anything, but instantly knowing that, like, the central conflict before Godzilla shows up is that the egg's gonna hatch, there's gonna be unwarranted destruction, but the stakes aren't very high because clearly they got the egg here when it was out in the ocean, so why don't they just push it back? If it's going to be that much of an issue, just move it. You clearly have the capability to already.
He makes a really good point. Why didn't they just do that?
Agreed.
Yeah. So that's a slight failure of storytelling. Fuck it, I am calling it a failure. It's a slight failure of storytelling, but I can forgive it.
I think the other thing you need to point out is that, like, this is ultimately a problem that will solve itself if the heroes don't do anything, because ignoring Godzilla, like, once the egg hatches, it's right near the lake, and we clearly see that the twins have the ability to influence what they do, because they seem to, like, later on, they, like, beseech them to, like, can you go defeat Godzilla for us? Okay. So if they just hang out while it hatches, I think they could just tell them, like, just go away. The stakes of this movie make no sense. I'm going to be honest.
But
I'm sorry.
Godzilla hasn't even become a problem yet.
Oh, the other thing I want to point out is I had, like, nostalgic flashbacks when we were watching this film. I've come to the conclusion, I think this was the second Godzilla film I ever watched. Like, I distinctly remember I was like, I remember this film. I really remember this film. Like, not like I saw it when I was a teenager. Like, I saw this when I was a kid.
And now look at you, obsessed with the series, dragging your friends into it, trying to make money off of it.
Now he's got a podcast talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah!
See, okay, I think I realized my main problem with this movie. It feels like someone's fanfiction of removing King Kong and putting Mothra in.
Kinda.
And it really comes into effect when Godzilla shows up. Because they just give it no fucking explanation.
I can explain it for you later.
To me, from we'll talk about it in a little bit, but I guess my general vibe is there's just nothing other than one fucking throwaway thing, but that gets kind of brought back up, and then that's it.
Okay.
And then he's just here. It's like, what?
They do explain it, but we'll get there.
Okay, so it is then revealed that the destroyer of Newkirk City, Mothra herself, is just chilling on the hillside over the next ridge, and no one saw her.
That does not do it any justice. But literally, they, like, follow the two girls, like, to this, like, cave or whatever, where they, like, converse with them for a little bit. Oh, no, that's later. They're
No,
like,
this is outside.
Yeah, they're, like, in a forest or something like that. Not even that many trees, by the way. And they're just, like, chatting, and then, like, the girls turn their heads, and just fucking 5-story tall Mothra is right over there, like, not even a football field away.
Flaps her wings and creates a little wind.
Yeah, just like, how did you not... Peripheral vision, motherfuckers, do you speak it?
Do you know how to move your head?
Oh yeah, her eyes glow.
And she's just staring.
Yep.
Like you are her next meal. Like, stare.
I guess no one noticed the hurricane force winds kicking up.
Somehow.
It's just like, get away from my daughters, you whore.
Basically.
So...
Who said you could date my daughters?
So the next day, they confront Kumiyama and Torahata directly, attempting to appeal to their better nature, but the businessmen scoff at their pleas. Torahata even makes the outrageous offer to buy the Shobijin themselves in broad fucking daylight.
He's like, I bought the egg. I can buy the people.
You glossed over when they first show up and they're like talking about like, you can't do this, the egg's gonna hatch and like stuff's gonna go down. Immediately they're just like, get out of here, I don't want to hear it, guards, get them. And after the barest, and I mean barest of resistance, like 4 dudes all like grab them like by the arms, they're like, come on, get out of the chair, and they just give up completely. It's so bad.
And that's when they bring out the twins who also was like, please return the egg. Please return the egg.
I'll give you $4 million for them.
Yeah, that's what he offers to buy them. I'm just saying before that, it just looked really stupid.
And I'm just sitting here during this entire going, what?
It's
Why?
immediate too. He brings them out to like try and like get him to see like from, you know, important entities that know more than he does. He's like, here, let me show you. Please return the egg. I will buy you now.
I'm just sitting here going, this is not the newest update in Genshin or whatever gotcha game you're playing. You just can't wail for these girls. They ain't coming home. It's illegal. Yes, they're 2 feet tall, but they're still living and breathing. If greed was personified in human form, it is this man.
Yeah.
The two of them.
Also,
Yeah.
if I can go back in time in the movie a little bit, the cut
Go for it.
that they do from Mothra randomly showing up to these business dudes is just insane. They literally just have Mothra show up. She flaps her wings once, creates Typhoon. The 2 people hide behind a tree, and then suddenly we're at the businessmen.
The jump cut is like legendary.
Yeah, I think it is a bit of a fade out, but it's an abrupt fade out.
And
Yeah.
story-wise, it's just very jarring.
So, further cementing their villainous nature, appalled, the trio leaves and they discuss what could be done, finding that both publishing an article or pursuing legal means is pointless, and the girls take this moment to just sneak off. And we see them, Mothra and the twins, take off warning that if her kid is not returned soon, she'll do the same to Japan as she did to Newkirk State.
What gets me is the fact that they didn't even try to be like, let's give them another chance. They're trying their best. It's like I was saying earlier, it's an immediate, all right, you're all dead now. Return the egg or else you all die.
Isn't this the point too where like I forget if it's now or slightly later where like they explain that because of the destruction on the island or just like all the green going away, Mothra like laid her egg like on a cliffside or something.
Yeah, they showed that earlier, and it's like, why is it there?
Yeah, it's like on a cliff, like getting hit by gale force winds and like a bunch of waves, and it just kind of falls off into the water. It's like, Mothra, you have maternal instinct. You could have put it in a much better place.
And she could have. And again, they just go to Infant Island because they're like, look, this is a problem that'll solve itself. Okay? Once the egg hatches, like, they can't stop it. It'll just come make its way back here. We literally can't lose in this situation.
I really do think you're right. It's the whole movie is just a combination of 2 other movies. It's Godzilla versus King Kong, replace Mothra, and let's just shove the Mothra movie in there at the same time.
Exactly.
It's just, it's like if you missed these 2 movies, just watch this one.
So after this, we see that the locals who own the land that Happy Enterprises is building on are pissed that they are not getting paid for the land that they say that they owe them rent for. Kumiyama then calls, like, he's like, look, the contract says we'll pay then, all right? Piss off.
Bastard's not paying his bills.
Yeah, but what if you can't pay the bills? Just get out of here. Look, we'll pay. He then calls up his sugar dad. I can't say that.
Sure you can.
It was around this point, maybe a little bit after, that Dom kept counting the blue screens.
I did. Because it's so fucking many, man.
So Kumiyama calls his boss, Torihata, and he's like, yo, we need cash now. It's like, I can't give you any cash. What about your giant fucking locker of cash? No, I need that. How about this? Put up your stakes in the company, and I'll reimburse you later.
No.
All right, fine, whatever.
It's like, we can't use that. That's Lois's rainy day fund.
That's my bar mitzvah money. You can have that.
I think you also slightly glossed over that, like, at the end of that, like, whole altercation between, like, the people and him, he agreed to pay them tomorrow. Like, just at the drop of a hat, and that's why he called his boss, like, all right, I fucked up, I need money now.
It's like one of those, like, cash loan commercials. Need money now? I do,
It's my
yes.
money, and I need it now.
Now. We then cut back to the press where Sakai complains again that his articles are doing nothing but actually helping Happy Enterprises because, you know, all publicity is good publicity. before Junko tells Sakai that Miru wants to go see them. It turns out the strange radioactive scale that Junko found earlier proves to be a more ominous sign. I wrote this sentence terribly. Look, it's radioactive. This thing is radioactive as shit, and they instantly put them in decontamination chambers, and they're like, if we didn't do anything about it, you were going to get cancer in like 2 hours. Like, what?
That is not how that works, but all right.
It's called hyperbole.
I know.
They're like, basically, like, so, yeah, that thing you found that you were handling with your bare hands, highly radioactive.
Now you tell me.
Rose my warning 3 hours ago.
And it spikes instantly.
Yeah. They bring up the Geiger counter to it, and it just starts going off. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to be near that thing. Seeing as signs of radiation has been thrown into the mix, they go out to see where Mothra was last seen, and they are baffled that her landing zone is actually completely free of radiation. It almost seems that she may have the power to absorb and clean radiation around her, almost like a god's divine presence wiping away evil taint.
Where did we learn that? Didn't we learn that in her movie?
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the question remains, so if Mothra didn't do it, where is the radiation coming from?
Oh, is the other monster in the movie, by the way? Yeah, we haven't seen him yet.
You know the funniest part? I think even in universe, they could probably infer that it's Godzilla very damn quickly, because like no nuclear devices have been detonated like for a long ass time. And oh boy, who's the sleeping radioactive giant that got his ass kicked by that monkey like 3 years ago?
I think everyone thinks he's dead, though.
Yes.
Because the only thing people saw after that battle was King Kong swimming away.
Swimming
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, he literally has not been seen since then.
They just assume that he's dead, which, hey, you know what they say.
Makes ass out of you and me. So they decide that, okay, we need to go investigate the area where we found this scale because clearly something's going down there. As the cleanup and reconstruction efforts on Karada Beach are underway, Sakai and Miru lead a team to investigate the beach where they found the scale. The landowner is not happy about them looking for radioactive waste on his land and tries to force them to leave before Junko says she can see the land moving.
If you can physically see land moving, it's time to not be near that land anymore.
Yeah.
It's time to leave the premises, and by leave as in fucking vacate to the next island. You are losing money now.
It's then that the humans witness a horrifying event. Godzilla, who had been buried in the mud and debris by the typhoon, suddenly emerges from the earth.
He just popped out of the ground.
He's like Palpatine.
He just popped out of the ground. Like daisies!
It's as we feared. Somehow Godzilla returned.
That is the fourth fucking time we've done that show.
Because he keeps on fucking coming back.
Coming back! It's almost as if you can't defeat him with rocks.
Or by burying him. Or by electricity.
It's not even that they can't beat him with rocks. Yeah, like Dennis said, we'll get to it in a second, but someone in the military or the Japanese government just has a hard-on for trying to kill Godzilla with electricity. Like, they made a bet or something like 4 years ago, and he's determined to get that $5.
At this point, Godzilla's like everybody's uncle, like Jim or something, that keeps coming to the cookout, but nobody really wants him there.
I guess.
I would equate him more to a Lovecraftian god that we simply can't get rid of.
Yeah, kind of.
He's that one god in mythology that's there, but nobody really likes.
Oh, Zeus.
Yeah.
I was thinking more of that roach from WALL-E that keeps getting stepped on but always springs back.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit more accurate.
So, another thing I wanted to point out, when Godzilla was waking up, several miles away, this guy's handheld Geiger counter was going off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
That is fucking dangerous.
You're
because
done for.
radiation has a exponential fall off depending on its distance. So that means, like, getting further and further away from it is like your best bet. So if he is so radioactive that he can make a handheld Geiger counter go off from several miles away, you are so fucking cooked.
Literally, by radiation.
Literally.
yeah.
Oh my god. It just gave me a funny visual. I imagine Godzilla's just got like an aura of radiation that spans like several miles wide, and if you're within his aura, you start suffering the radioactive debuff until you die.
He's the latest Dark Souls boss, and it's like the taint or the rot.
This is Scarlet Rot.
The Scarlet.
I am Godzilla, blade of radiation.
Shut the fuck up. Does that make Mothra Radon?
Fuck.
With his now iconic theme playing, he starts heading towards Nagoya, and the citizens there overhear on the news, "Holy shit, he's not dead! Godzilla is back! I repeat, Godzilla is back! Run, you fool!"
Could I interject here? I want to talk about my thoughts on Godzilla's appearance.
Okay, all right. Look,
He has these big wobbly side lips that make him look like a bulldog. And I just had the mental image that he would talk like an old dude, like if Richard Nixon and Sean Connery had a baby and he was like, I'm cranky and old and I'm high now.
Turner, didn't you say this is like one of his most iconic looks too?
it is. I can't seem to convince you guys otherwise, but this is one of his most iconic looks.
Iconically silly.
People love this look.
At least it's not the googly eyes.
Trust me. Look,
I think I'd rather prefer the googly eyes.
The googly eyes were cute.
when you see the son of Godzilla, you're gonna like this one a lot more.
I've seen the son of Godzilla. I do like this one a lot more.
I'm just gonna say the Godzilla in that film looks like a friggin' frog.
Okay,
Put
then.
something in the water that turns the friggin' Godzilla's gay.
No, okay. To go back to what I was saying earlier, of where it feels like someone's bad fan fiction of replacing Godzilla and with Mothra, using this. It's like that meme of, "Hey, let me copy your homework. Sure, just change it enough to where we don't get caught." It feels like this, and they did it in the worst ways possible. Out of the one fucking scale, I was like, where's the thing coming from? That's it. Oh, look, suddenly Godzilla appears.
Yeah.
He was always there. Always. No matter what. And to me, I'm like, oh, but the radiation suddenly started when they got rid of the water. Yet in the first movie, they were finding him through handheld Geiger counters. Remember that? Where they found him in the water? In the ocean? So they should have found him already. They should have been like, hey, this is right here. The fuck is going on?
I think you can turn it off because as he wakes up, it seems to imply that he gets stronger.
He can turn off the radiation when he feels
But he
like
was
it.
asleep in the first one. He was asleep in the first one. They found him in the water.
I like to think he was genuinely unconscious for a very long time. Like Kong knocked his ass out cold. That's how he wound up there. He was out cold for 3 years.
You think he was just unconscious, not asleep, not
I
dead,
think so.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
coma?
I mean,
Like, anytime Godzilla's awake, Japan is just cooked for, like, the next week.
yeah. In earlier scripts, Godzilla was supposed to wash ashore dead, and they were trying to contemplate whether or not they were going to bring him back to life because there was another monster in earlier forms of these scripts where they were like, oh shit, yeah, that thing's kind of dangerous. Should we resurrect Godzilla? That's I don't know.
I don't think that's a good idea.
No, they definitely go back to that later. If I could offer one more thing, I will say, in the context of just as a form of entertainment, they do Godzilla's resurrection, return, whatever, pretty decently well. Like, us as the watchers are just like, how the fuck did you not see this coming? But in universe, it's a genuine shock. And it's just like, fuck, radiation lizard's back, what do we do?
Exactly. So, Godzilla is then seen approaching an industrial area to devastate the region, not only physically, but financially, too, by pursuing his ongoing war against infrastructure.
At this point, he should really just go into business. Godzilla deconstruction. He'd make a killing.
Did he make a killing? Yeah.
I mean, our fan theory in like Raids Again is that there was a rival fishing company that hired him to take out the one.
We'll take a small hit, but at the same time, take out these guys. All right, good.
Do it.
All right.
Wait, hang on. I can do this one. So, shit is hitting the metaphorical fan here. Alarms are going off. A legion of firefighters are summoned. Emergency responders are just on their toes. The military's coming. Godzilla is back, baby. And he's pissed. He's already rampaging, already destroying things. And he knocks over this, what is it, like a radio tower?
He gets his tail stuck.
Oh, yeah, no, he doesn't even purposely do it. He gets his tail stuck in a radio tower. And
Is that what happens?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. In an attempt to free it, he's like wrenching it around because, his tail's pretty strong, actually. And he knocks it over and he turns around. And because, as of Godzilla vs. Kong, we've established that he has the object permanence of a goldfish. And the tower falls like on his back and he's like, fuck, God fucking damn it, I'll kill you.
He gets his tail caught and then he pulls the tower down on himself.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's really pissed about it. And it makes him even angrier. So he destroys some more shit. Purposefully steps on more infrastructure because, he's been paid to do that. And then he does some more rampaging. And you know how there's little moats around old Japanese castles and buildings of importance? He fucking trips into one of them. He mistimes his step and he falls into this castle. I don't know if it has a name, Turner, or anything.
It's the Nagoya Castle.
Nagoya Castle, thank you. He falls into the Nagoya Castle and it pisses him off even more, so he rips the castle to pieces, which I think Turner also said is another iconic shot. I will admit, it does look pretty cool, but the setup is stupid. He literally just goes, oh shit, oh damn it, oh god.
It's like one of those people that kicks a table by accident and then kicks it again for hurting themselves.
No, this is the reason. This is the perfect excuse for him to hate infrastructure. My God.
This is his 13th reason.
This is why I fucking hate infrastructure.
You can really see those jowls flap when he trips too.
Yeah.
Oh, so fun fact about that. It may not be the time that we see on screen, but there are strong indications with behind-the-scenes details in later interviews that it is likely that Godzilla's jaw mechanism broke from this. Him slamming into the castle, he broke his jaw, or at least the thing that lets them use it.
Oh my god!
If you for the YouTube version, play it if it's 10 seconds. But he trips over the moat. And, it looks like the actor, not Godzilla, fell into the problem and was like, oh, shit.
It was, according to what I've learned, it was intentional that he trips into it. That was part of the whole plan.
No, I know. It looks really funny.
It is funny. It also lends into my idea that Godzilla has a seriously bad hangover from fighting King Kong, and he's stumbling around like a drunk idiot. That's what it feels like.
Isn't this where we get that legendary close-up that Steve was talking about earlier?
No, that's when Godzilla stares down Mothra.
Yeah, no, but just you can see his eyes so clearly, and he just looks out of it.
Oh yeah, also this is where they fell in love with the Luma key for some reason, but he's silhouetted against the blue sky, so the composite looks really bad in some shots.
Basically what he's getting at there, for those who don't understand, a Luma key uses the difference between light and dark, and because Godzilla's highlights are they didn't dial it in correctly, his highlights are the same color as the sky behind him, which is that's not how that's supposed to work.
He almost looks like a chameleon.
Yeah, is that why it looks like we can see through him?
Yeah,
exactly. There are holes in his mat due to the Luma difference.
There's a specific scene, I don't remember if we brought attention to it when we watched it, but where it's really bad, where it's kind of a medium shot of Godzilla, and you can straight up see through a couple of his dorsal fins.
Yeah, it's not great.
What's worse than getting attacked by Godzilla? Getting attacked by Ghost Godzilla?
You know what's funny? You say Ghost Godzilla. That's a concept that they tried several occasions to do.
Oh my God. Way.
Ghost Godzilla.
No, it is. So, in a rare instance, you know how we always complain that the American version cuts stuff out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of the few times that the Americans actually added stuff in.
What?
And I wish they hadn't.
There is contention about whether or not who asked for it and who did it first, but the whole scene of the U.S. military lending their aids to attack Godzilla is not in the Japanese version.
I thought you said that, like, the meeting that they have that precedes it is, but then the actual, like, them attacking him
No,
isn't.
the meeting and the attack are not in the original.
Oh, they completely added that. Wow. Okay.
But here's the thing. According to some, Toho had filmed it, but decided not to do it ultimately because they didn't want footage of, the director, Ishiro Honda, did not want footage of America attacking Japanese soil.
Which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Or the other answer is that he didn't want it to make it seem like Japan could not defend itself because America seems oddly absent in all these movies.
Yeah.
The other story is that AAP, or AIP, the people who bought the distribution rights, asked Toho to make this. And there are conflicting sources about this, so we don't know.
For one reason or another, it's not present in the original Japanese version, and honestly, its inclusion is okay at best, I guess. It kind of looks stupid.
No, it just looks dumb. It's more of, considering how many times they reused the literal exact same shot.
Yep.
Beat for goddamn beat is honestly, you could remove it, and this is one of the times where I wish they removed it because oh my god.
So the U.S. military claims that their brand new Frontier missiles will do the job and kill Godzilla. As the Monster King waddles his way along the coast trying to get over his hangover, the U.S. Navy shows up and they show off just how awful their aim is.
Once again, not a single piece of ordnance hits Godzilla. Some get kind of close, but nothing actually hits him. And as Dennis said, they quite literally reuse the same exact shot of a missile pod firing off of a ship, one after the other, 5 or 6 times in a fucking row, and it fucking misses. It misses a giant lizard the size of a fucking building from a mile offshore.
Not in the jowls! Not in the jowls!
They don't even hit his jowls.
The funniest part is that the aim is even worse than the pilots from the original movie. The pilots were off by a couple meters. These guys are off by football fields.
God, and them reusing that shot, it looks like they weren't even trying to hide it.
They do it later too, but what were you going to say, Steve?
To be fair, they can't actually hit the suit with things.
Exactly.
But still.
There's clever camera tricks, perspective, and angles have been a thing forever. You could make it look like it hits.
Also, they could, with their new fancy optical printer, I guarantee you they could have done something that made it look like it hit him.
Yeah.
Or just hit the puppet or the action figure that they use.
Because later in the film, they do have ordinances that hit him from, tanks and stuff, so they're not afraid to do detonations on him. It's just whatever. So ultimately, the attack doesn't seem to do jack shit until Godzilla just kind of trips on his own, and the U.S. is like, ha! We did that!
He falls over in the clumsiest way possible, and they're just did we get him? And he stands back up. No.
Gosh.
It looked like he tripped on a sand dune.
He kind of did. It's implied that they hit him, but no.
Maybe that was one of the clever tricks they wanted to use to make it look like they hit.
Yeah, not clever enough. And you know something else? Moving on from this scene, Godzilla actually isn't doing too much. Yeah, he destroyed the parts of the city earlier, but he's actually wandering out into the countryside, and he's honestly kind of not really bothering anyone. I made the observation that they could honestly just leave him alone, and he might just fuck off to one of the smaller islands in the archipelago or something, because that's kind of what eventually he does.
Oh, the military overreacts and goes and bother a monster that has nothing to do with them? Who would have guessed?
That is the plot of when Gomora in Ultraman. Gomora is a fucking dinosaur that's on an island chilling on his own, and the Science Patrol literally gets hired to kidnap him and bring him to a populated city, but then, surprise, he breaks free, and they just start shooting him, And no wonder he fucking goes on a rampage. You fuckers brought him there.
It's like Kong's worst day in Godzilla vs. Kong, where he wakes up on the ship, drugged, chained up, and Godzilla is rapidly approaching his location.
So, with the military failing to stop Godzilla and the monster looking to get his salty run back from his defeat at the hands of Kong, Sakai, Junko, and Professor Miro realize that Japan's only hope lies with Mothra. And after much deliberation, the main trio manages to embark on a perilous journey to Infant Island to plead with the natives and the Shobijin for Mothra's assistance.
They are immediately captured.
Upon arriving at Infant Island, they find that the land outside of the interior continues to be a radioactive wasteland just like in the first movie. It seems to have gotten worse because the amount of dead animals on the shore is massively increased with all their cartoonish-looking skulls. And my favorite, most obscure kaiju ever makes his first and only appearance in the films.
Skeleturtle.
Oh my
It's
god.
by complete and utter accident. Turner told us that it was someone on the crew effed up and like the head moved or whatever, and they just kind of kept it in. There is lore surrounding this dude. He's just a little bone turtle. He looks like one of those bone turtle enemies from Mario, but he's adorable as hell, and I love him.
The crazy thing is, Skeleturtle makes occasional appearances in Godzilla media, and according to what I remember, I would need to double check. Audience, double check me if I'm wrong, but it's highly implied that that's just what he looks like. That's not a skeleton, that's just what the animal looks like.
Hell yeah.
And he's just chilling there because he's a quote-unquote kaiju. The radiation doesn't bother him. He's just chilling there.
Chilling.
I mean, he's all bones. He doesn't have any DNA to melt.
Oh my god, he's Brooke from One Piece.
I was thinking dry bones from Mario.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Like, they have merch of this dude. He makes comic book appearances. You can get, like... There's like, oh, what do you call them? It's the thing that Pokemon's inspired by. They're like the gacha game where like you put a quarter in and you get a...
The gachapon?
Yeah, a gacha machine.
Yeah,
gachapons. Like one of those. Like you can get Skeleturtle keychains from that. Like, dude, people love this dude.
It's just a funny little inclusion.
He's just a funny
so
little
great. I love
guy.
it. It's a complete accident, but yeah, that's what happens. Now, I think that is a good time to leave off because right after this is when some serious shit goes down.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Same bat time, same bat show.
Skeleturtle has a freaking kaiju page on the wiki.
Yeah. See, I told you.
I love shit like that, just in productions where just something unintentional happens, they leave it in, and it just becomes popular. It's like my favorite thing about movies. Like a stormtrooper donking his head.
Yeah.
Yep, oh my god, that's so funny. All right, this is a great time to wrap up. Is there anything you guys want to say before we end our episode?
Not really.
Thanks for listening.
I like turtles.
We love you all.
I like turtles too.
I love turtles.
Yeah.
I'll eventually force you guys to watch Gamera.
Okay.
Deborah.
All right, so thank you all for tuning into this broadcast. Next time on our show, we are going to be doing another episode of us shitting on the Halo TV series.
How is that going, by the way?
Oh, it's going great. The series is awful, and I love it.
They're like, who wants to do this? And I'm like, I'm good. I like Halo. I don't want to ruin my Halo experience with that crappy TV show.
No, it'll only enhance it, dude. Look, I've given up on Halo, man. At this point, I'm just laughing at its corpse.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, so after that, you can expect us to follow up on Mothra vs. Godzilla. Stay tuned on YouTube and Instagram and our Twitter for posts to stay up to date on what's coming to Real Jumpers. And now then, troopers, we've analyzed the data, dissected the plot, and emerged victorious. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast, and join us next time for another sci-fi deep dive. This is Real Jumpers signing off.
Bye, guys. Thanks for listening again.
Bye.
Thanks for jumping with us, y'all.